what's your opinion about the current state of country music? I know that is such a huge question, and everyone loves to argue about that. But
Yeah,
would you say we are in a good place right now? Like, especially with, like, as I said before, the major label artists.
man, Finn, what do you? I'm gonna ask Finn what he thinks about country music right now first, because he's got a lot to say. I always know. Where do you think country music's at? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it where it's headed somewhere good, but it's recovering from something bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would agree with that.
yeah.
It's in that recovery state. It's kind of like countries in
Actually,
rehab.
let me see if I can flip my camera around so we can go.
Cool, cool.
Got the orientation lock on. I'll take that off,
Yeah,
and then let's see. Does that flip us for you?
perfect.
Okay, perfect. Now I can both be on it. So yeah, my answer is a little more in depth. Uh, Country music is in a weird spot right now because of streaming services, and I think that's we're in a new era of country music because you know since the 1960s you can see every decade has its own sound. You had the 60s with Johnny Cash,
Yeah,
and you had the 70s where you're getting into Waylon Jennings and that sort of sound. You got the 80s where you've got Keith Whitley and John Conley, and then you got the 90s with George Strait and Garth Brooks. You got the 2000s with Kenny Chesney and Toby Keith. You got the 2010s, which was the worst decade of country music. I think most people tell you, with like Florida Georgia Line. Um, we're no longer in an era where country music is defined by a cliche or stereotype sound. And that's kind of weird for country music. And that's weird for every genre because that is true of any genre. They go through phases where one specific sound is popular, and that's because it's what radio favored. Radio has always been the number one tool for listening to music, and that's no longer true. We have Spotify. Country music is now divided into 40 or 50 different subgenres. We've got Americana, alt country, country rock, Texas country, red dirt country. I mean, and there's arguments over what is what and who is who.
mhm,
And there's Nashville country, there's pop country, there's rap country now. There's stuff that to me sounds like a foreign language that's
yeah,
out.
yeah,
And it's where country is today is it's in a state of limbo where it hasn't really made up its mind of what it is. Country music for a while I almost thought was going to split into two genres, Americana and country. I don't think it's doing that. I think it's actually kind of blending together in the radio.
yeah,
But man, where is it? What is the state of it? The state of it's almost a mess, but it's a beautiful mess because it's all good and it's like Finn said, radio is getting better. I like Hardy, I like Luke Combs, I like Riley Green.
yeah.
I no longer turn on the radio and can't find a song that I like. There's still a lot of bad stuff on the radio, don't get me wrong, but
Mhm,
there's a lot of good. And
yeah.
more than anything, radio just doesn't matter like it used to. And
Oh,
that's weird. And country music's going to react to that. You're going to see a lot of guys rise to the top that never would have risen to the top before. People
yeah,
take advantage of it. And um you're going to see a lot more guys that you never expect to be famous. It's no longer about looking the best
yeah,
or about having the most curb appeal.
mhm.
It's now about your sound more than anything. And that's kind of a great place for country music to
Oh,
be.
yeah.